Well, punters the world over love nothing more than a great champion, and Johnny Tapp, we're just saying sometimes the world of pacing and trotting, they seem to love them even more than the racehorses.
Mike, I'm sure they do. The fans at Randwick used to go crazy over Gunsynd and Kingston Town and Tulloch, but in the days at Harold Park, in the great era, those trot fans seem to get closer to their champions, and I've never seen them get more attached to a horse than they did to the big baldy-faced champ from Temora, namely Paleface Adios. He was adopted by a nation. He won on 19 tracks in New South Wales. He won in Brisbane, Adelaide, Perth, Auckland. And you know, on one other occasion he was flown to Cairns, not to race, but to take part in a ticker-tape parade through the streets of Cairns. They loved him so much.
Yes,
you know?
He was a glorious-looking horse in a sport where they look a little rough. Not the drivers, the horses.
Good on you, mate. Glad you said that. Paleface was in Sydney a few weeks ago to take part in a special parade at Bankstown. He was stabled at the Bankstown establishment of Ned Feely, and I called in to visit my old mate.
John Pepper is next on the rail.
No champion pacer ever made a more unimpressive debut at Harold Park than Paleface Adios. The date, April 28th, 1972, a two-year-old handicap, and the big chestnut from Temora was racing directly behind the leader in the final lap.
Oh, there's a mix-up there, Royal Cap and also Paleface Adios on that mix-up. They're both up and okay.
Despite nasty abrasions to both knees, Paleface was back 1 week later to win a heat of the Sapling Stakes. And so began the legend of Paleface Adios. A brilliant two-year-old, even faster at 3, 4, 5 and 6. Still going strong at 8, 9 and 10 years of age. Season after season, thrilling the Paceway crowds around the nation. He had 240 lifetime starts for 108 wins, an Australasian record. 43 seconds, 26 thirds, $535,640 in prize money. The main supporting role in the Paleface Adios story is that of Colin Pike, a shy, unassuming third-generation farmer from the pretty little wheat-growing centre of Temora. Pike's experience in harness racing had been scant before Paleface came along, and it was quite a frightening experience to be suddenly the owner, trainer and driver of one of the greatest harness horses ever born. When did you first realise that you had an out-and-out champion?
Well, I'd say the first time really was the week after he fell at Harold Park.
As a two-year-old?
Yeah. Because I was at the tail of the field again, and when I pulled him out and let him go, well, he was in front before we got to the turn at the 2. And everybody else was under the whip, and I'd never touched him.
Yeah.
And he sort of just went around and he never looked back.
Why did he have so much charisma? Do you think that big crooked blaze made the difference as far as his public image was concerned?
Yeah, I'd say it was his blaze and his temperament, really, when he was younger, and plus the fact when he was younger, he had a splint on his leg there, and everybody come up and said that he couldn't run with it. But it was only his low action that sort of kept him going.
That's why he stayed sound, you think, because of that action? Yeah.
And I likes of when he raced the two-year-old or any time, they always kept saying, you know, when you're going to let him go, we'll let him go. But he could be flat and he still look as though he wasn't trying. And that's why he'd back up again the next time.
Speed and style and courage, good manners through and through. The champ has always had a lot to like. But a horseman's skill and patience made it all come true. Inseparable companion, trainer, driver, Colin Pike. Tall and proud with a mighty stride, he started quite a craze with his golden coat and flowing mane and famous big white blaze. He's the champion from Temora, Paleface Adios, with his golden coat and flowing mane and famous big white blaze.
Okie dokie, Michael, my boy.
Great horse, Johnny. Thanks for that. We'll see you next week. Ian, plenty coming up on the old satellite.
There certainly is, Mike.